bland. Let's see. I'm afraid it's not going to be a very long live stream. Because dinner's on the go and I need to do dinner ASAP because you know how my mum is. If I don't do dinner at a certain time, she goes mad. So it's all my fault because I've been out all this time instead of coming home to do the dinner, so I could do this as well. So it's kind of all my fault. So because I can't get my favourite noodles, which is the Coley instant noodles, I've had to put up with these other alternatives. So I got the curry version of these last time and hated them. They were really bland. Instant noodles. So I decided on the chicken version because chicken versions of these noodles are normally a lot nicer. I got pot noodle version, chicken flavour, and I got super noodles, which I'm not really a fan of. I'm not really a fan of super noodles, if I'm honest. They're not my favourite brand of noodle. Got rice. That's for our recipes that take rice. And I got garlic bread, which I haven't put away, so it's kind of defrosting. I still don't know what I did. Did I leave it outside? 200. Hello? Okay. See you in a mo. Ew. Word a bunch. Bunchy bunch. Benchy bench. Let's do a catwalk. Catwalk. Bunch. Oh, what about this one? Yes, we'll do this one. Bunchy bunch, bunchy bunch, bunchy 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 bunch, bunchy bunch bunch, bunch, bunchy 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 bunch, bunchy bunch. Bunchy bunch, 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 bunchy bunch. I'm gonna go in search of my drink then. Well, this is gonna be real easy. Must have left it outside. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Definitely not in here, is it? I could put this like as a light, a spotlight on me. There we go. There we go. Now you can see. Everybody's gone. So, I'm going to try and do something about this. I don't like all the crap in it. So I'm going to try and drain it. I've got a little strainer here. Drainer. I'm going to strain it. Oh, there we go. It's going the wrong way. That's coming out. Yep. It's not all the juice is not coming out from the holes though. I mean, look how gross that is. It's just disgusting. Oh, that's better. Well, I drank most of it anyway. And this is what I got left from my straining. Yeah, it was a bit dumb, wasn't it? Just like pouring it in the sink. Oh well. I got a bit left anyway. Got it. Dumb. It wasn't the best. I'm definitely not getting this again. I think I'll try the coconut version next time. I think I probably prefer that one. Ugh. It has this weird metallic. Not even metallic, like, you know, if you smell electrical things, like a keyboard or whatever. It's kind of like this metallic, like electrical smell. That's what this has got. So I'm cool with having just drained most of it away, to be honest. It's not the nicest. It's very expensive, so that's why I've just like soldiered on. Soldiered on. Oh, that's on the outside. Good. Right, better put these away. Now, luckily for me, this says try me, love me, we'll refund you and replace if you're not happy. So that's good. So I think I might try doing this. It says you can go on the website or visit the website. I've never known the website to have anything like that though. Guess I'll try. Help. Help. Sorry, the makeup's not so great. I didn't have time to do it properly and redo it. I think my mum wants me to put these out the back, so I'm going to go do so. Where should we put these? And of course the balls. Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm doing this then. So I'm going to have the Plant Pioneer balls today. And these. There's 6 of those. Hormones are the best, but sometimes you get a hidden gem. Remember to put them away. Right now I'm trying to focus on dinner. So sorry if I'm not very talkative at the moment. I have a lot to talk about actually. But I can't concentrate on that. I'm doing dinner. You know how it is. If I don't concentrate on dinner, I get shouted at. So I have to. Or else. We get shouted at. That's very red. Is that supposed to be so red? Use it that time. When doing dinner, I have to focus on about 50,000 things. Definitely occupies you. So if you like having a really focused job that really occupies you, then being a chef is it. I have to think about everything, including tidying up, washing dishes. I suppose this is why kitchens have staff. Like, it's not just the chef doing everything by himself, is it? So he's freed up to sort of do the cooking while there's he's got helpers to do all. But I have to do everything. What's next? And of course, mother who demands a cup of tea as well. We've got that as well. I like to make it a bit interesting because it's going to be like a really short stream. I'll be right back. The fall version, like I was supposed to do last week. Yep. Oh, let's see. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, maybe I should stop this thing while I'm doing it because it's really annoying where it's moving left, right, left, right, left, right. So one thing is talking about when I'm out at cafes, I have observed people at other tables, and I've noticed that men are always jittering their legs while they're sat down. So I'll do it for you, if I can do this with my table. So they're always doing this with their leg, or this, or tapping their foot, or doing this. I noticed a guy who was really going at it. It was like really fast and like both legs like this. But usually it's just one leg. You can just see him going. They're usually like sat forward and they usually the legs are kind of underneath like this and they're kind of like they look like dogs having their ears scratched and they're like it's weird. I don't know why that is. But another thing I've observed is that and children. So either their spouse only or their spouse and children. They're the ones I see constantly doing that. And I've noticed they're always quiet. And they don't really interact much at the table. So it's kind of weird. It's like, oh, I wonder why he does this. So my first thought was that maybe they're like full of caffeine and they're a bit restless. Or maybe they're on drugs and they're a bit restless. So I've noticed people on drugs are usually quite restless as well. So it could be that. Or it could be that their spouses or families are stressing them out and they're always on edge because of it. This guy that I saw was really, he looked really uncomfortable and he was really on edge. Like I say, he had both legs going. So highly strung perhaps, I think is the word. Right, I'm going to go get the garlic bread now. Yeah, that's just something I've observed anyway, that other people probably don't even notice. God, that is definitely defrosted. Right, okay. 14 minutes. Right, so that's thing number one I wanted to talk about. It's just a little observation that I've noticed. I used to be the same. I used to have this jittery leg when I was sat down, but I've noticed I don't do that when I'm out. I usually do it when I'm sat at the table, actually. I know a lot of people don't observe this sort of stuff. So, kind of nice to point it out. There's something else that I've noticed as well, but I can't remember what it is. Can you please face me? That would be really lovely. There was something else that I've noticed as well that I pointed out the other day, but I can't remember what it is now. Okay, well, until we remember what it is, let's talk about stuff. Okay, so you know how I was like wondering before, like why I seem to put guys off? So I decided to, talk to my mum about it and see what happens because I usually end up meeting up with people for the first time, and then after I meet with people at the first time, I never hear from them again. Sometimes they continue to talk to me for a little while after the meet, and sometimes they just completely ghost me after the meet. But either way, they always eventually end up ghosting me and then never meeting with me again after a first meet. I don't know whether that's just luck or fate, or whether I am actually doing something to put these people off. But they're obviously too polite to tell me what it is. So I decided to ask my mum because I knew she'd be honest. So I told her about, like, the only meet that she knows about, because I told her about that one, which is the one with this guy I met on my way to Asda. I won't say his name. We'll just call him Jay. Now, my mum says that if I'm going to date anyone, I'll be friends with anyone. it's not to be with someone from round here because they're all shit round here. Or they might tell you, they might talk to each other. If they're, like friends with me or dating me and also friends with the hooligan types, and they might talk and they might leak all my information. As well as just being shithead people. People ghost too easily. It can be torture sometimes because I see everybody else seems to find relationships so easily and stuff. So it's really hard. I mean, what has it been, like 10 years? 12 years? They were kind of serious about me, but they still didn't last. And I met them via Match.com, when you could have an all-access free trial. And I managed to meet with 2 good guys who were serious about me within that 7-day trial period, which was dead good. But other dating sites, forget about it. I've been on Tinder for like 6 years, only met with like 2 guys and they were both weirdos. The second guy I met seemed like a nice guy, but he had body odor and he was funny looking. He was kind of funny looking. I can't deal with that. Well, I liked him for another reason, and that was because he was very interested in my stories about Jeromiah and Daisy and my art. And he was very interested, and he wanted me to like update him about it and continue talking to him about it. So I really liked that. But I just couldn't stand the fact that his body odor, and he was funny looking. Heck, I even told him I was a slob to try and put him off. I actually deliberately tried to put him off. It didn't. I said, oh, I'm a hoarder. I said, I'm lazy. I said, I haven't bathed in 2 years. That's not true, but that's obviously not true. But I actually don't get dirty, so even if I don't wash for a little while, I don't really smell or get dirty. I'm very clean. And I always, even if I don't actually have showers or baths, I would always clean myself with a wet cloth or a wet wipe or something, usually wet wipe, and that seems to do it. So I have pretty good like personal hygiene. I wash my hair once or twice a week. I haven't done this time though. As you can see, it looks shit, but I just forgot. I don't know why. I just forgot. Anyway, so I did everything to put him off. I said I was a lazy slob and, the house is a mess and I'm a hoarder and, all that stuff. Didn't put him off. He still wanted to talk afterwards. Like, oh no. I said to him, I'm like the female version of a neckbeard. And they're fat and they're slobbish and lazy and they have a beard and they think women are shit. Because they're frustrated incels, so yeah. Dirty lady, stinky lady. But I told him this stuff, but it's not really quite true. Although the house is a mess, and my mum blames it on me, it's not actually my fault. She's the one who's hoarded all this crap. I could show you around the place if you want, and I could point out everything that's mine, which wouldn't really take very long. But I could point out everything that's hers, that she wanted to keep, which is pretty much every room. So my mum's the one who keeps buying stuff. I don't buy stuff. I never buy anything. Very seldom buy anything. I occasionally treat myself, but very seldom. Because I've been brought up that we're poor. I then realised that was not true later on. I was just told no a lot for no actual real reason. And if, say, for instance, I am a hoarder, it's kind of my mum's fault anyway, because she was the one who encouraged me to keep all of my toys growing up. because she said it made up for the fact that everybody kept leaving me or dying on me. Like all of my family members have ended up either leaving me or dying on me. So she thought the humane thing to do would be to let me keep all my toys. So I did have, like, every room was at one point full of my toys. I mean, they were pretty much neat, all in boxes, like stacked up. And then I was encouraged to get rid. My mum told me to, you know, put things in bags and so we can take them to charity shops. So I did that. I sorted through all my toys and eventually we whittled it down to just one room. So now there's just one room that's full of my toys. And they're the toys I absolutely will not part with. They're the toys I will absolutely not part with. So, but there are things in that room that are my mum's, not mine. Nah. Tinder's supposed to be for relationships. You probably get the odd ones that are probably looking for sex because it's just like one of those sites where you can look for both. It depends on what the person's looking for. I've seen loads of profiles that say they want a relationship, so that can't be true. Why is it still bubbling? I put it down low. It's bubbling as if it's on high. My mum's right. That is a very lethal smell. Okay, so what else did I want to say? Yeah, so people do ghost too easily nowadays, yeah. So as you know, I've started on this new sort of, it's not really a dating site because it's not the usual like where you have to swipe left or right or anything. You could just see people, anybody that's on the site, and you can just start messaging them or comment on their stuff, which I quite like. And I've gotten quite a few interest on there. And I've actually arranged to meet up with, it must be like 15 people by now. And out of those 15 people that I arranged to meet up with, only 3 have actually come through. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And I only really joined this site because it's an alternative dating site. So I figured this would be the perfect site to, you know, look for people who would be cool with role-playing with me as Jeremiah and Daisy. I was trying to find guys to role-play with as Jeremiah. I, of course, would be Daisy. And girls, so I could role-play as Jeremiah and they be Daisy, because I want to, you know, see what it's like the other way around as well. So I wanted to try both. When I first joined the site, it turns out I already have a profile from years ago, and the site's just changed, so I didn't recognize it. And I am already up as Jeremiah, and it says I'm male on my account. Because I tried these kind of sites when I was younger and as female, and they were all just like weirdos wanting me to put them in cages and do something, and oh, I'll send you the key, and they're like, oh, how's that gonna work? We live too far away. It's like, no, I just want a slave to come and clean my house. I don't want to do cock cages and that shit. Uh-huh. That'll be funny. But I thought, oh no, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. So I thought I'll try as male. I'll try and look for females, submissive females. I don't know what happened. I guess I deleted the app at some point because, you know, I needed space. I don't know. Anyway, so I joined it recently, and I've had a lot of interest in the roleplay idea, but in the beginning, I didn't really get a lot of interest because it said I was male. So I decided to change it back to female to see if I got more interest. And that's not like admitting that I'm not trans male, by the way. That's just me seeing if I was more popular, if I put that I was female on the site. So I did. And it worked. And I got a flood of messages. So I was obviously now being shown to the right people. don't know who the hell I was being shown to before, but none of them were interested. And I tried messaging people, and they would often block me, tell me they're not interested. And it's like I'm assuming it's because they think I'm actually male and they're not interested. Or they think I'm a male who's transitioned to a female, and that puts them off. Which is not true. I mean, I actually explain it in my profile, but I guess people don't read it. I'm like, you do have eyes, though. I know, but it says that I'm male, but you surely have eyes. You can see what I look like. So it's kind of a bit weird that no one was interested. Because people admitted I was good looking when I switched it to female. So anyway, on dating sites, I'll always say I'm female, just so I get more options. But then, of course, it makes me feel very uncomfortable when they start going on about me being a mistress and stuff. Or some of them want me to be their mummy or whatever, and I'm like, nope, that makes me feel uncomfortable. But the women saying they're not interested and block me, or some of them have actually politely spoken to me and said whatever. Not insulting or being nasty or anything, but just like saying that I'm too far away and it wouldn't work. I suppose. That sort of thing. So I thought that was more considerate than the ones that just block me or ghost me. So no luck with women on there, but I've had loads of men on there. But like I say, I've arranged to meet with a few. If it all worked out, I could have had every single time I went out, I could have been meeting up with somebody. That would have been so much fun. So yeah, I had arranged for them to meet someone Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. The week before. This week as well. Not one. We're on Saturday now. Not one has worked out. And now once again, I've arranged to meet up with guys for next week. We'll see if they work out. I don't want to be negative and put it out there that it won't work, but I'm just saying. For the last 2 weeks, I've had plans for every single time I went out, and not one of them has actually met up with me. Some of them have just ghosted me and not spoke to me at all after that, after arranging to meet, and others have actually given a reason why they can't meet, usually last minute. But the one we most are annoyed about, of course, is that Martin guy. And I'm saying the name because, you saw the conversation in the last live stream. I'm glad I did because it's been erased now. All the conversations on Snapchat now get erased after 24 hours, which wasn't the case when I had it 6 years ago. When I had it 5 or 6 years ago, you had the option to keep the conversation forever on a chat log. But now they just go automatically, which really pisses me off because that means you have no record of the conversation. And sometimes I don't always remember what I spoke to this person about. So I'm like, oh, this is a completely new person to me. I don't remember, like, they don't have proper names. Most of them just have J, BJ, like one freaking letter. So I don't remember who's who. And of course they all have these cartoon avatars on there. So again, I don't know who's who. I recognize people by proper names or nicknames and pictures, like real pictures. Avatars that you can make on here. Mine stands out more because I'm wearing like a cat suit. But most of these guys just look very generic. So I don't always know who's who. No, indeed. So there's that. So anyway, according to my mum, she reckons I put these guys off because I'm too talkative. And I never let them get a word in edgewise. That I'm too in your face and too bubbly and so on and so forth, that sort of thing. Brad thinks I'm probably talking to them in an appropriate way. Like I'm saying stuff that tells them that I'm up for it or something. And then when they find out I'm not, they kind of get put off, but I never do lead them on. In fact, again, in my profile, it says what I'm looking for. I always say up front when I start talking to these people what I'm looking for. I always let them know. And Becky thinks it's because they think that role play means sex. And they don't get that role play just means role play. Because some people said, oh, don't say role play because people think you mean like board games, like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, surely people can tell the difference between role play and board games. Like, come on, board games and role play, that's different. Role play's role play. You know. You can say role play games, I guess. Role play board games, that would be more distinctive. But you can't just assume role play means sex or role play means board games. I mean, that's stupid. How are you supposed to distinguish then? Somebody told me I should say LARPing before, and now Becky has said the same thing. I'm like, yeah, these people know exactly what role play means. Role play is role play is role play. It's obvious what it means, but again, just in case, I always explain to them what I want. I always do. I always say it's not sexual, except for like kissing and touching, maybe. But there's going to be no real life intercourse until I get to know you like a hell of a lot better. I'm not going to sleep with you on the first meetup. Oh, I've also specified I'm looking for a relationship before that sort of thing happens, and friendships. Friendships involving the roleplay. I mean, I used to roleplay as a kid, so if roleplay is purely sexual, that means I had sex as a child then, because I did lots of roleplaying as a child. Usually roleplaying things like... It's innocent. It's innocent. Anyway, right, okay. So I'm gonna do my thing, and guess everybody's gone now. So remember to support me on Patreon. You have to message me if you have me on social media, and if not, you can email me. Email me. But you have to prove that you're not one of the shitheads around here, because I don't want any of the shitheads around here knowing about stuff. Because I do have a private life, you know, that I only share with complete strangers on the internet. Because, well, guess what? The strangers on the internet are a lot nicer than you lot round here. And that's saying something. You know, when you're saying that creepy weirdos off the internet are nicer than the people you meet in real life, there's something wrong with that, isn't there? But I just want to let you guys know that for anyone round here that watches my live stream, you are the problem. You are what's wrong with the world, not me. I'm just here doing my thing, innocent like. And if you have a problem with it, again, it sounds like a you problem. Because you're ignorant. And, you know, Dark Ages-esque. Dark Ages-esque. Because I guess you didn't get the memo. The rest of the world's calling. And it says you're supposed to be more accepting of things that are unusual these days. And different. So you're just not caught up yet. You got right, Squash. Anyway, here's Squash. Before I go, and here's Floopers. Ho 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 ho. So cute! Little Radio, which you can't see probably. And I don't think I ever showed you my new Lino doll. Floopers. I'll show you him properly in my next one. In my next live stream. He's just so lovely. Hang on, his things. Yep. So Becky did him for me. Isn't he cute? Hang on, I'm going to give you Fluffball in a minute. Looks like fluff ball's everybody's favourite. Oh well, I'm gonna get fluff ball for you. Gotta hurry before my mum starts moaning at me. So fluff ball's got a bed head at the moment. Let me just sort him out, okay? Bed hair at the moment. There we go. Looking incredibly cute now. Done. Look! Isn't he cute? Look, it's like a giant cloud with a little face, and a tail, and paws, and ears. Look at these paws. Le paws. Beautiful. Yes, so round. So rounded and fluffy. Paws. So paws. I'm feeling a bit sick. I really need a drink. I'm really thirsty. Definitely need a hug from my little fluffers. And that's what it looks like from the back. Hello. I love it when Fluffers looks up at you. Watch this. Just looking up at me all cute. You cute. Rockabye Fluffers on the treetop. I know, I keep calling you Fluffers, don't I? A real life Fluffers. Such a round, nice fluff. Like, no. We want to go outside in a bit, so let's hurry up. Have dinner so I can go outside. See you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I love comments. And don't forget to join me on Patreon so you know I can earn money and shit. And you can get loads of lovely rewards for it. Like lots of sexy fat art. That's one. See you later.